For your Caesar.
It's a 10 pose production.
For your Caesar.
Rascal Beats.
For your Caesar. Cardiff City, ride with me for your Caesar. For your Caesar. Cardiff City, get litty for your Caesar. She want a diff boy. Swagger 1 point, yeah, diff boy. She want a diff boy. Swagger 1 point, yeah, diff boy. For your Caesar. Grab a little something for your Caesar. We the geezers. Swagger stone cold like freezers. She want a diff boy. She want Starvz, not fit.
Yes, guys, I'm Si. Welcome back to Cardiff City World. I'm here at Newport City Radio, and today we are breaking down the opening day victory for Barry Murphy's men. 2-1 to Cardiff City versus Peterboro at the Cardiff City Stadium, and a huge 3 points for the young guns, and plenty to unpack. Proper fascinating game. But what we're doing today is we're going to run through every single Cardiff City player, the manager, the subs, give them a rating out of 10 and a little bit of the ins and outs. More importantly, breaking down the why. Tactically, technically, mentally. This isn't just about vibes or guesswork. This is football IQ. It's intelligence. It's intelligent conversation because we're intelligent people. Maybe. We are using accurate SofaScore stats, and we're going to look at the passing accuracy, the tackles made, the recoveries, key passes, chances created. Nothing here is made up. Let's get straight to the point and let's talk about this beautiful young team. Starting first, Matthew Turner, debutant, 18, he's not 18, 21 years old, thrown into the fire, and he didn't put a foot wrong. So like really good performance. He made 3 key saves, including one crucial stop right before half time, and that was at 1-0 down. You know, it could have been real problematic to go in 2 down at half time. And then he made 2 more in stoppage time in the second half, which preserved the lead. But the big thing for me was the defence looked comfortable with him. That isn't always the case with young keepers, that isn't always the case with new keepers. His composure, his decision making, when to go short, when to go long, distribution was all spot on. He went 22 out of 28 passes, that's a 79% pass accuracy. And because some of them are long, I think that's pretty good. Mixing short and long balls really well. There was one clip ball which he played out to Tanner on the right, and wow, just what a ball. He commanded his box too. He had one high claimed, couple of punches, ice cold under pressure for a debutant, for a young guy, and he was under pressure because there was more experienced keepers there. So for me, Matthew Turner gets a 7.5 out of 10. So some people will agree, some people will disagree with these. They maybe think I'm a bit harsh, but I will try my best to be as fair as possible. And then we move on to Joel Bagan, who was his usual self. Consistent, disciplined, but perhaps not dynamic. Completed 32 out of 39 passes, 82%. Made 3 tackles, 5 recoveries. He knows his role. He knows the role that Barry Murphy wants him to do, inverting into midfield to create overloads. But the problem is, what this did do is it led to him and Kean Ashford occupying similar areas and similar zones, especially in the first half. It's not entirely his fault, but it is something that will need to be ironed out. That left side wasn't quite as fluid as the right hand side. He did have a heavy touch that led to the penalty, but that came from a dodgy pass from Will Fish, and it put him under pressure. All in all, 6.5 out of 10. You know what you get with Joel Bagan. It's reliable, consistent, but I think we might need to get some competition in there to get the best out of him. Next up, Ronan K. Pacquiao. Take a bow. Wow. First proper game back after injury, and he played like he's never been away. Jesus. Let's reel off some of this. 89% passing accuracy, 42 out of 47. 3 tackles, 8 recoveries, 2 key passes, 1 chance created, 1 goal. Sensational. His movement was electric. Always an option on the underlap or the overlap. but it was his defensive effort that really blew me away, I gotta say. Proper front foot defending, aggressive in the duels, positionally aware, and as I say, the goal, clean strike, the confidence, off the bar, through the roof, let's have it. And look, if he keeps that level of performance up, Perry G's got to fight on his, Perry NG has got to fight on his hand to get back in the side. Massive performance from Ronan Kipakio, absolutely massive. Ronan Kipakio gets an 8.5 out of 10, I don't know if I said. Dylan Lawler. So, a quieter day by his recent standards, but still solid. 29 out of 36 passes was 81%. 4 clearances, 1 tackle, 1 interception, 5 recoveries. Got booked for a tactical foul, and it was one of those clever professional ones that he had to make, but it meant he was walking a tightrope, and he struggled a little bit with the physical side after that. And BBN took him off wisely around the hour mark. But Dylan Lawler's line-breaking passes, his carries into midfield, are key to how Brian Barry Murphy wants to build up. And while he wasn't as eye-catching as he has been, he still showed massive composure for a teenager. Dylan Lawler gets a 6.75 out of 10. Will Fish, always a mixed bag for Will Fish. He's aggressive, he wins his duels, but sometimes the passing under pressure does let him down. Fish was 31 out of 40 passes, 78%. 6 clearances, 2 blocks, 1 tackle. A couple of short range passes into midfield were risky and a bit sloppy. His long diagonals, real good. He's clearly more comfortable going longer than shorter, or at least trying to thread it through the lines. But physically, he is solid. He wins his aerial duels, wins his blocks, headers, etc. You can't argue with his commitment. But to be a top ball playing centre back, that short passing has got to be better. So he gets a 6.5 out of 10. Ryan Wintle. Wintle was magnificent. Back to his best, you should say, but it's the best I've seen him in a Cardiff City shirt. He made the system tick, and when you talk of the numbers, 91% pass accuracy, 52 out of 57, 3 tackles, 8 recoveries, 1 key pass. His game management was elite. When to sit, when to step, when to recycle, proper anchorman performance, sprayed switches to Ashford, to Tanner, pinpoint accuracy, did the dirty work, but did the smart work. This is exactly the kind of form that will make it tough for potential new signings to get into that midfield, like a Darko Gyabi. It'll be real difficult to dislodge him from that number 6 role. Next up, Joel Cowwell. Wow, Ryan Wintle, by the way, 8 out of 10. Beautiful. Joel Cowwell was nervous about his first league start, apparently. Didn't show it. 83% pass accuracy, 35 out of 42, 2 tackles, 7 recoveries, 1 key pass, 1 chance created, but those numbers don't even tell half the story. The man was everywhere. Pressed like a madman, third man runs, carried the ball through the lines. The mobility and the aggression that he brings is fundamental to the way this team wants to play. And it's something that we've lacked for years. This midfield looks like it needs him. And wow, what a performance. 8.5 out of 10 for Joel Cowwell. Captain Cowwell, Ruben Cowwell, the captain for the day, vice captain for the season. Ooh, captain, creator, closer. Ruben Cowwell had a bit of an aura about him on Saturday. 87% passing, 40 out of 46. 2 tackles, 9 recoveries. 3 key passes, 2 chances created, 1 free kick goal. Everything we did offensively, Ruben was involved in. The leadership was spot on. The flick-ons, unplayable at times. He embraced the role as skipper for the day, and Peterboro didn't have the answers to his ability or his physicality. He should have had a couple more goals, but when you scored a worldie, run the game, get your team back in it, lead them to victory, that's a 9 out of 10 all day. Well done, keep it going. Keane Ashford, tidy without being outstanding, I thought. That was Ashford's day. 80% accuracy in passes, 20 out of 25, 1 tackle, 2 recovery, some decent link-up play with Ruben, but you could tell he's more comfortable on the right-hand side, and he physically struggled a bit against Peterborough's fullback. You know, it wasn't no major errors, no standout moments either. I just thought he was all right. A decent shift, did a lot defensively. Definitely needs to be better as the season will go on. At 6 out of 10 for Kian. Ollie Tanner, right wing. Chalk on his boots, touching the touchline all the time. And Tanner gave us width, threat and a proper outlet. 84% passing accuracy, 27 out of 32. 1 tackle, 4 recoveries, 1 key pass. His first touch was elite, and I mean top level elite, especially when you're taking down a ball out of the air from 40, 50 yards away from Wintle and Ruben. Exceptional. Did plenty of defensive work as well. Little tiny bit sloppy with some of those short passes in the first half, but he improved after the break. He looked dangerous. I still think he would be good on the left, but I just like him to be a bit more direct. But absolutely superb, strong showing. 7 out of 10 for Ollie Tanner. Yusuf Salic, what a workhorse, absolute pressing machine. 82% passing accuracy, 18 out of 22. 3 recoveries, 2 shots, 1 big chance missed, the header. Yusuf didn't get his goal, but the pressing forced countless errors from the opposition. He bullied Peterboro centre-backs, held the line superbly. Keep feeding him crosses, and he will score multiple goals this season. 7 out of 10 for Yusuf. And then we're into the subs. Isaac Davis, 6 out of 10. Pressed from the front, sharp in transitions, showed his energy. 11 touches, 1 shot, 2 recoveries. A real big option off the bench. If he can stay fit, he's going to be massive for this team, because the way he presses and the way he pinches the ball is huge. Eli King, again, 6 out of 10. A late sub to add legs, bit of security. Only had 8 touches, 1 key interception though, and he slotted in again alongside Winnow, protected the defence, real good. Chris Willock gets a 6.5 out of 10. Came on, kept it tidy, kept hold of the ball, completed 10 out of 10 passes, did a lot of subtle defensive work to help out Kapaki out wide, and he did exactly what the manager wanted him to do, keep hold of the ball. Jesper Darland came on a bit earlier, won his aerial duels, looked more confident on the left-hand side of the central defence than anybody else. 8 out of 9 passes completed, 3 clearances, 2 aerial duels, one of his better cameos in a while. Callum Robinson started really brightly after coming on for Yusuf Salic, had that sort of chance and snatched at it a bit, and I thought he faded a little bit after that. He does need to up the defensive work rate if he wants to stay in Brian Barry Murphy's plans though. A 6 out of 10 for Callum. And then we get to the manager. Brian Barry Murphy, tactically spot on. The rotations, the overloads, the way we dragged Peterboro apart, we forced mistakes out with them. It was all part of BBM's blueprint. The pressing traps were clever, the switches of play were constant. It was a brave team selection. His subs were proactive rather than reactive. They were timed to perfection. A long way to go, a long season ahead, but this was a very encouraging start, and Brian Barry Murphy gets an 8 out of 10. And that's it, right? Cardiff versus Peterboro. Every Bluebird rated, reviewed. Some of those performances, some huge performances, especially from Ruben, Joel Cowwell, Kapakia, Wintle. Most of all though, it's just a team performance. A young team performance. The ideas are coming to life. The kids are more than all right. I am excited by this. I am excited by what I saw. And when you go back, right, now we've come to the end of this video, go back and have a look at the recovery stats for the whole team. When we lose the ball, we hunt in packs and we just keep turning the ball over. If we can maintain that standard throughout the season, it is going to be such an exciting season. I really think Isaac Davis will have a big part to play alongside Yusuf Salic, because the way Yusuf Salic was pressing, that was made for you. Isaac Davis off the left doing that could be really interesting. Thanks so much, as always, for joining me. I'm rushing a little bit because I'm going to run out of battery, but thank you so much for watching. Keep the faith. The Brian Barry Murphy era has begun. If you're not a member, be a member. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I bid you farewell, and hopefully you're about to tune in to me on Newport City Radio at 11 o'clock. In a bit, my friends. Take it easy. Nice one.
Rascal Beats.
for your Caesar. Cardiff City, ride with me for your Caesar.